History was made on Tuesday when Vice President Joe Biden selected Kamala Harris as his vice presidential running mate in the 2020 presidential election. Obviously, this news made headlines around the world. It got all of us buzzing, including our favorite celebrities. But first, Milicia, what was your reaction to this?
I mean, this is big. She is a Democratic senator from California. She's 55 years old. And on top of that, she's the first woman of color to be on the ticket for a major party. So, as you said, this is history. It's not just he picked someone that's a trailblazer at this point. She was born in
Absolutely.
Oakland, California. She's a daughter of immigrants. Her mother is from India and her father is from Jamaica. I just want to throw this in a bit to kind of brag, but she went to Howard University, which is my alma mater. And her
Yeah.
selection, yes, yes, let's just give a moment for Howard. I'm
Okay.
here for it.
Yes.
Her selection also marked the first time the Democratic ticket will not have a candidate who graduated from an Ivy League school since 1984. And I think that this is just proof that you don't need an Ivy League degree to be the best person for the job. And I mean, the
Mhm.
last 4 years have also showed us that as well.
She's about to just crash through so many different glass ceilings just with the nomination
Yes.
alone, you know? And obviously, it is a huge move that got a lot of reaction from a lot of people. But Kamala is not the only one that's going to be really busy come this presidential election, really, because think about it. There's so many things to be excited about. Among them, Maya Rudolph, who famously played Kamala Harris, could maybe reprise her role for SNL this season, which is crazy because, funny enough, Maya actually got an Emmy nomination this year for playing Kamala. She's nominated for Guest Actress in a Comedy Series. What's crazy is that Maya actually learned about the news of Kamala being chosen as Joe Biden's VP running mate during the middle of Entertainment Weekly's roundtable discussing her Emmy nom. Take a look.
Biden chose Kamala.
He
All
did.
right.
He
Oh,
chose
yeah, he chose
Kamala.
Kamala.
Did that just come through? You guys,
Yes.
this could literally not be a more perfect timing because I was
Never.
literally segueing into Maya next with a question.
Oh,
Are
wow.
you excited at the thought of returning and having more guest appearances as a potential VP Kamala Harris?
I love going to the show. Any excuse I can get, I love. I just didn't really anticipate traveling during a pandemic. But if there's anyone that can work it out, I'm sure Lauren has some sort of invisible helicopter that can get me there. But I'm as surprised as you are, guys. That's
It's big.
spicy.
I literally tweeted, I was like, I'm very excited for Kamala Harris and this ticket, but I'm even more excited, or just equally as excited, to see hopefully Maya come back on SNL and do a little more Kamala Harris because she's so brilliant on it. It's so funny.
It's so good. A fan actually tweeted the same exact thing. Well, it's
Yeah.
actress Meredith Salinger, and she said, "Look, this is great news. The best part about today is Kamala Harris is going to be the next vice president. But the second best part of today is knowing that we are going to get to see a lot more of Maya Rudolph. And on top of
Mhm.
that, Denny, Kamala is also a fan of Maya's impersonations of her. On September 29th, 2019, she retweeted a GIF of Maya imitating her and captioned it, quote, "That girl being played by at Maya Rudolph on NBC SNL, that girl was me." Maya
Yes.
retweeted it, adding, "Yes, she was Senator Harris." So she gets the approval from Kamala.
Exactly right. And you know what? You know what's even better than getting Maya Rudolph as Kamala Harris is another SNL alum, Jason Sudeikis, as Joe Biden. ET's Nichelle Turner actually recently caught up with Jason. This was before the nomination or before he announced Kamala as his VP pick. But we asked him about his prospects of returning as Biden on the upcoming season. And here's what he told us.
I leave that up to the powers that be, and I say powers in the plural, even though it's one man, Lauren Michaels. So, that's up to Lauren Michaels and the good people of you know the government to decide if we're allowed to move around. I understand the responsibility of popping in those giant fake teeth that I wear when I play him, and much like the Batman cowl, I try to be responsible with that power.
And the reactions to Biden-Harris 2020 just kept pouring in on Tuesday, including from the late night hosts. I mean, this was a huge topic of conversation, namely because people are already looking forward to the eventual debate between Kamala Harris and VP Mike Pence. Take a look.
This afternoon, Joseph R. Biden officially announced that his running mate will be California Senator Kamala Harris, seen here realizing she gets to debate Mike Pence.
But she's more than ready to campaign, Kamala Harris. Apparently, she's already been practicing for her televised debate with Mike Pence. She's been arguing with a jar of mayonnaise. But in all seriousness, this is massive news. This is an important moment in history, and I think I speak for all of us when we're just really hopeful that Joe Biden won't do anything crazy and mess this whole thing up.
She's only had the job for a few hours, but Kamala's already gearing up for her debate with Mike Pence. That's why she spent the entire day arguing with a mannequin at Kohl's.
I mean, if you remember anything from the primary debates, Milicia, she is a firecracker and she is so smart. I mean, so intelligent. And you know what? She's not going to let anything slide and she's going to call it out. And that's why I think people are already prepping for this debate. Hopefully it's televised so that we all can sit in front of our TVs with our popcorn and maybe learn a little bit too.
For sure, it has to be. And above all, let's all remember that while we can be entertained by all of this news, we have to get out and vote. That's first priority. We have to make our voices count.
Amen. It's like, it's not enough just to be excited about. If you're, you know, going to vote for them, you got to show up and do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.